My most recent art exhibition turned out to be a big ass scam, and I just didn't see it coming.
Baja, baja.
Yo, what's good? It's me, your guy, all the way from Bedside Habo, and this is Habo Speaks, a new form of Habo Speaks where it's part video essay, part vlog, part short film, part whatever you want it to be, whatever I want it to be, because we're going to have a good time going forward. And this episode is about my most recent art exhibition, and honestly, as excited as I was by the end of it all and what we're going to get through, it'll be frustrating. It has been frustrating, and you might be frustrated for me. Think of this as a cautionary tale. Okay, think of it as a cautionary tale. There will be some B-roll and clips from me hanging out with my friend Morgan, who you've seen on the art block, who also came to the exhibition all the way from Louisiana. So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that came out. Honestly, I want to start off with gratitude. I am very grateful and thankful for the people who have supported. If you sent any donations in through Cash App or Venmo or PayPal, if you shared out the event, if you RSVP'd, if you came to the event, whatever you did that helped promote what was going on and showcase my work and whatever the case may be, I appreciate you. I love you. You're a fantastic human being, if you are a human being, because some of us might not be. Let's be real. So this story starts about a month ago, and I was just kind of I don't know if I would say I was in a slump, but I just wasn't feeling my best as far as creativity was concerned and just being outside in the world and presenting my work. Because being online is one thing. Like, yeah, you can go online and you can stream on YouTube, you can go on TikTok and post a video, it goes viral or whatever, but it doesn't have that same feeling as being in public, in a public space, showcasing your talent in front of actual human beings and having conversation afterwards. It's a very different aesthetic feeling and vibe, and I enjoy it and I want more of it. Because I hadn't had an exhibition since February of 2024. So a whole year has gone by. We're almost in April. And I was like, I need to do something. So I applied to the Holy Art. I did it before, but they rejected me. So I did it this time and I got in, thankfully, because the Redrawn Portrait Project is very impressive and there's a lot of great things behind it, the concept of it at least. So I was accepted. I paid my dues to submit the work, and I also paid extra for some documentation of my work, which I want you to keep in mind. Keep in mind, there are a lot of things that are going to happen that I want you to pick up on, that I'm going to highlight so that you don't have to deal with this going forward in your career, and that I don't do this again either. For full clarity, I have presented my work in different spaces over the years, whether it was a barbershop, a restaurant, an actual gallery space. I've had solo exhibitions, group exhibitions, pop-up exhibitions, and each and every one has been different. But I will say that there are certain things you can look out for if you're working with another organization. So I'm just trying to like not get heated while I'm talking about this. So this started about a month ago. Got the email, sent out the application, got the email back. They said, cool, you in. Didn't really hear too much from them. And I feel like that's the first red flag. That is a red flag. If you are working with a company or organization and their communication is very limited or low or barely responsive at all, or it takes them a while, that is a red flag. Usually there are teams of people working on these things, and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible, usually within like a day or two. It took them, I want to say, probably around a week or maybe more to respond to certain things. And I kept checking back like, hey, did you get the payment? Did you da 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 da? Because at one point when I did the initial video, because I compiled all the redrawn portraits from the sixth iteration into one file, and the one I sent them was like a low res version. And then I said to myself, I want to make this look better. So I re-edited that compilation, did three new portraits, put those in there, and made it look really nice. And it should be on the screen right now. You'll see the difference. This one looks very nice. The other one, I didn't like the black bars on the top and bottom. I just thought it would look better with the colors from the portrait, even if it was cropped, right? So I sent that in, and I was speaking with someone named Kona, and Kona said, we got it. You good? Don't worry about it. See you at the show. See you at the opening night, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not really thinking nothing of it as far as like, their delay in response. I'm just glad that I got a response and we can move forward. So most of my time was spent promoting the show. And another red flag is that they did not provide full. I'll put it this way. They provided promotional material, like things to use, like a template, but it wasn't in a way where it made it easy for you to move things around in whatever editing software you used or what you were using to make your flyer, because they don't make the flyer for you. You would have to pay for that, which I didn't want to pay for, which is ridiculous. You shouldn't be paying for that. You shouldn't be. Just a FYI. Also, it's not uncommon to pay to be in a show. I have been in legitimate shows where you do pay for the submission process, which helps the organization out. So that necessarily isn't a red flag, but more so just be wary of how much things cost. And if something is too exorbitantly high, then you might want to question what's up.
I am outside. I'm about to walk into the event space, the exhibition space, whatever you want to call it. I am freaking out, and I think I see people that I am familiar with. So it's going to be an interesting night. Yo, what's good? We out here.
Another red flag is that we were not invited to come to the space to see the setup, to see what it looked like, to see how everything was placed. Because when I paid and was accepted, it was under my understanding, and also through looking at their previous showcases, it was under my understanding that if you paid to submit the work, you would have your own screen that your work would be displayed on. So each artist in this digital showcase has their own space on the wall, right? So let's say it's like 3 screens back here, one of them is mine, and the other 2 are for whatever other artists respectively, right? So thinking that, I was like, yeah, they never really invited us. They never said, hey, you want to like come check out the space, see what it looks like. You want to help with setup? Do you need any, things moved around? You got any questions for us? Da 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 da. There was nothing. There was not a lot of back and forth for communication at all, which is very strange, very weird. That's red flag number 3, right? That's another red flag if they're not trying to communicate with you. Like I said earlier, that's really important. So I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, maybe they're just taking care of everything. I'm just going to put my trust in them, whatever. Because I got a lot of other things going on. I'm trying to get other projects off the wall and all these things. So I wasn't thinking too much on it, which I should have, because I would come to regret this later. So I'm inviting mad people, like important people, friends, colleagues, people I just met that I thought were really cool. You know what I mean? Like, it was promoted at that game show that I was on, and don't worry, I will be making that video soon after this video. When this video goes up, the week after this video goes up, the dating game show video vlog and the details and the drama from that is going to be out. So yeah, there's stuff going on with that too. So I invited mad people, some really important folks, and also folks that I admire their opinion. I care about their opinion. So I was like, all right, we about to be lit. It's about to be crazy. Like, this is my first exhibition since last year. We about to, turn up Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die. You already know the vibes, right? Mind you, the time said for 7:30. I didn't want to show up early. I usually show up early to things. I just like, scoping out and whatever. But I don't know. I just felt like being the cool guy and being lazy, showing up fashionably late, right? Or that was the goal. Tell me why it was already people. It was mad people in there already at 7:30 at 7:00. Because by the time I got there, 2 of my friends was already there. So I'm like, did they get here at 7:00 too? What did I miss? So it's mad people. And mind you, I got mad stuff with me too. I got bags, I got equipment, because I was going to start live streaming. And I did try to live stream. I was going to set up a tripod. I was going to take mad photos and videos just for the vlog or whatever. Didn't get a chance to do any of that because the place was too packed and it was too small. And then I didn't realize it until maybe 5 minutes into the space after talking to some friends that all of what we were looking forward to was not what we got. So what ended up happening was this space this space was half or a quarter digital art show, and then the rest of it was a physical art show where there were paintings on the walls around the entire space, which I thought we were going to get as the digital artists, right? The digital art space was literally just, and I'll probably put some B-roll up, but it was literally just a small rectangular table that you would probably see in your lunchroom when you were growing up. And then around that table were like 6 to 8 monitors all around the table in a loop. That's the art on loop part, right? I'm thinking the art on loop part is like my art looping on one screen over and over again. No, 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 no. So on this raggedy ass ghetto table, each artist that submitted and got accepted were on every screen. So they compiled all the videos into one thing and it rotated to each screen. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. So say there's 3 screens in front of you right now. So one screen is playing Jambalaya's video, the second one is playing Megan's video, and the third one is playing mine. So when Jambalaya's video is over, Megan's video moves over to the next screen, and then mine moves over to the middle. So now there's another person now on the third screen. So it's just looping like that. And on the side, there was a larger screen that was vertical, and that sat on the floor and leaned against the wall, which I thought would have been a perfect opportunity to put something up because all the stuff that was there was below eye level. So all these people are just crowding around these screens, waiting for an opportunity to take a picture with their own work. Basically, poor communication on their part on how this was set up. And it's my fault for not checking in to see the space to a degree, but also like they didn't allow any form of grace for that communication. There was not a lot of back and forth outside of just sending the money. They were more concerned about getting that money than anything else. They were like, yo, can you send the receipt? It's like, why do you need to see the receipt? Don't you see the transaction on your side? So at that point, I'm kind of tight. And there's also a giant dog. There's a giant dog in this place. Y'all know I don't really care for dogs like that. And it's just like mad big and it's wagging its tail. So now I gotta like swerve between people and a dog. And I'm like, please don't let me step on this dog's tail. Please. Anyway, I'm looking for my friends point out to me the lady that's running the place, whoever's in charge of this space. I don't know if they were in charge of the event. That's another red flag. Going into the space and not knowing who was with the holy art, who was with the event space, who did I need to talk to, right? And there was no moment where they tried to look for the artist or try to greet the artist or anything like that. So when I went to go talk to this blonde lady who looked very Eastern European, like we're talking retro 90s vibes, like super pale, blonde, the teeth, like everything. Went to go shake her hand, was out like this. I said, hi, my name is Hab, I'm in the show. Didn't even shake my hand. I was like, oh my God, are we in the 1960s, bro? Like, what happened? You couldn't even give me a little dab. You didn't even acknowledge it. You could have just said, like, even if I don't want to shake somebody's hand, I usually give them a dab. If I'm a germaphobe, right? Or I give them a shoulder. That's usually what I do. She didn't do nothing. She just looked straight at me and was just talking, right? So I asked her, like, what's up with the setup? What's up with the documentation portion that I paid for, all this stuff. So basically she said that was the setup and that the documentation was for the next day and not the opening night. And I said, that doesn't make sense because I'm not going to be here. Wouldn't it make sense for it to happen tonight? And she was like, no, it's just not. So I still need to get my money back for that because I didn't get any documentation. So if y'all are watching this right now and I haven't confirmed that I got my money back, please help me get my money back and tag them and tell them to either give me my documentation or give me my money back. That's it. Because we're going to have a problem otherwise, right? So she tells me that, and now I'm just like, all right, now my mood is dropping a little bit. I'm still happy because all my people is here, and it's exciting because I'm seeing people that I didn't expect to be there, so it's cool. So now it's people that are new to me asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know anything about what's going on tonight. Like, they didn't greet the artist. They didn't make any space for the artist to talk about their work at all. It was just like a big jumbled mess. And it was just chaotic. It was just too much going on. It was kind of overstimulating. I think I was just kind of expecting a different kind of space. I thought it was going to be bigger for some reason, but regardless, this was not going well at all. It was too many people, and everybody was trying to get a picture with their thing. So I had to wait my turn to get a picture with my thing. And thank God Morgan recorded me, because other than that, there's no other proof of me being there. There's literally no other proof of me being there, because they didn't take them professional photos that they said they was going to do, that I paid for, right? So when you are applying to be in a showcase, an exhibition, whatever the case may be, make sure that you are allowed to see the space beforehand. Make sure that you are in the constant communication with whoever is the point person, right? And just also do deep dives just in case, especially if you don't know this organization that well, especially if this is brand new to you, which I should have done, because had I done more research, I would have known that this is a common theme with the holy art, and this is very reminiscent of other places and other spaces that I've told y'all about before. Now, thanks to my friend Rachel Jackson, y'all know her, y'all love her, the Rachel Jackson. I'm going to get her on the art block at some point, but she actually looked up some stuff about the holy art and found this really crazy Reddit post that sounds way too similar to my experience. And I'm just wondering how a place like this still is able to persist. And then I think about when I work with raw artists, and I think about when I work with other spaces where they were more concerned about ticket sales and selling something and making money off of you than the artists themselves, right? And you have to look out for those art party type vibes. You got to look out for those organizations, because those are the ones that do not care about the art. They don't care about the artist. They're there to make a profit. That's it. That's the only thing they care about. So you have to be very wary, and call them out. Like, I think the issue is a lot of people are scared to call out these organizations, these companies who prey on artists who are eager to get back into the game, impressionable new artists or whoever, bro. Like, it's wild. It's wild. The fact that like, it really just bothers me, the fact that there was, like, it was just tacky. There were no refreshments, there was no water, there was no drinks, there was barely any music. The music they did play was just like, I don't know, it was just like all over the place. And I'm still bothered by the fact that they didn't greet or acknowledge any of the artists at all. I didn't know who else was in the show. This is my first time being in a show where I did not know or link up with anybody at all. They didn't make any form of connection. They didn't acknowledge who was who. Like, I would have loved to have known who did what, but there was no space to do that. Literally no space, because it was so small. It was mad small. And when I tried to go live, bro, like, it was just too much going around. So I stopped the video early. Otherwise, I would have been on at least for like 15, 20 minutes or something like that, right? But yeah, the whole experience is just, I'm a lot calmer than I am now, but that whole experience just feels mad jacked up, bro. And I just, like, I really want, I don't wish no ill on the holy art, but they got to get their act together. And I definitely want people to know what's going on, what happened, and how we can hold them accountable so they can do better in the future for whatever city they're in, for whatever artist they're using. Because I don't know how much money they make off of this. I don't know if people sold anything at all.
But now I'm in a space or a place in my mind, a goal I want to have is to create an environment where we're thriving. Like, yesterday didn't make any sense, and it was just abhorrent to see. And that lack of care, and hospitality and comfort was not there at all. It didn't feel like that was that kind of room at all. Like, even the people in there, besides y'all, you know, it didn't feel like it was an environment where people was really just like vibing. But maybe I was just too upset to realize maybe it wasn't that bad. But still, if I pay for something, if somebody pays me for something and it's their hard earned money, it don't matter if it's $60 or $600, you still gonna be treated right. I'm still gonna make accommodations for you. I would have had some water for you. You know what I'm saying? Like some snacks or something, like a little side table, something like that. It's like, yo, what is this? And then the thing is too, This is just like the other thing I did years ago, the Kanye art party, same vibe. Anytime where you're allowed to sell the work and they make money off of that, it's not a good thing. Don't do it. I don't know why. I think I just did it because I just wanted to be a part of something and do something. I just didn't think it was going to be like that kind of vibe. I didn't think it was going to be like, hey, everybody come in and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? There was no direction. There was no. I should have took up space. I should have just been like, yo, everybody. Yeah, I should have did that. You know, because like it just didn't feel cohesive. As someone who grew up in a family that threw parties all the time, and then when he got older threw his own events, tacky. Again, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Absolutely.
So that whole evening, I was like over it, and I was so glad to get up out of there. Honestly, I wish I would have stayed longer because there were some people that pulled up after I left because I stayed there for at least like an hour and some change. But I was just so tight, bro. I was just like, all right, bro. The initial wave of people that came to see me was already leaving, walking out. So I'm just gonna go with y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go with y'all. But going forward though, I'm gonna be more attentive. I'm gonna look up who I'm working with, especially if money is involved. I don't know why I was just so off the ball with it. It's my fault. I should have known better. I should have done better. I should have researched better. But it is what it is. But going forward, now we just have this as a story and a growing pain that we'll learn from. And I honestly hope that they do better. I honestly hope that they do better, or they get shut down for being I don't even know what the word predatory. For being predatory. But yeah, yo, if you want to support, you can do so by joining Patreon or joining YouTube membership. Hit that join button underneath the video. You can send me Cash App already has a few people do that over the weekend for those who didn't come to the show and wanted to support regardless, or people I told not to come to the show. If you did like this video, let me know in the comments below. If you have worked with the Holy Art before and you have a different experience or a similar experience and want to talk about it, let me know below. If you are the Holy Art, you can also comment below too. Either way, fill that comment section up, okay? And make it look nice, okay? And make it look nice. But I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for this video. So until next time, unless I put some other B-roll footage up or some other extra stuff in here, until next time, I'll see you on my live streams. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time right here on YouTube. So always make sure to check the schedule to know when I'm going live next and what other things are happening across the Habtoons universe. That's what it is, a universe. That's my universe, okay? But until then, stay true, stay you. We out. Deuces. There's nothing holy about this art gallery.